You guys have asked for this video, so here it is. This is my guide on how I make my thumbnails. Just a few things I wanted to point out before we start. This is a free software that you can use on desktop. I'm not sure if it works on iPhone or like on mobile devices. Also, this video isn't just applying to Fortnite. You can use this style or this software to make any type of thumbnails, any games, vlogs, baking videos, anything. Just obviously change it up a bit, and I'm sure it'll look good. Anyway, without further ado, let's get right into it. Also, remember to like and subscribe if you're cool. Thanks. So, first of all, you're going to want to go over to any web browser you own and go to the website Pixlr, P-I-X-L-R, and then it should redirect you to here. I'll put a link to this at the top of the description. I know it works on desktop. I'm not sure about mobile. If you want to check out see if it works on mobile, you're more than welcome to do that. I don't think it does though. But once you're here, you're going to go to create a new image at the top and change the width to 1280 by 720. So now that you're here, you should have a blank canvas. What I like to do now is just on the right side, you can see the layers, history, and promotion tab. I like to get rid of promotion and I like to get rid of history, and then I drag the layers tab down right to the bottom so I've got more room to work with. Now, just a heads up, I'm going to be just making a simple thumbnail just to show you guys the basics of this editing software. This is how I make all my thumbnails. Every single one on my channel has used this. So, first you're going to want to need a background. So, you're going to go to layer, and then open image as layer. From here, if I go to my background, as you can see, I've got all these backgrounds here that I use for my thumbnails. For this season, I use this one. Obviously, because it's season 4, we're going to use a season 4 theme background. But to be honest, in the end, this is barely visible. Once you've got this layer, once this is to the size of your canvas, I just want to point out what I did here is obviously it got put in as this size. I went to edit and then to free transform. And then you can drag it to the size you want. Hold shift if you want it to stay the same size. If you don't hold shift, as you can see, it does this. But if you hold shift, it goes back to the size normally. And then, yes, there we go. Once that is in place, obviously, you guys know my thumbnails are green and pink. So we start off doing the pink. So what you do from here is it's simple as going to adjustment. And then right at the bottom of this tab, go to color lookup. Once you've done that, you can see that you can change the background to any color. You can have blue, green, red, any color. Oh, that's different. Oh, but as you know, we're gonna go for pink. So here we go. Here's pink. Click OK, and now that you've got this as pink, as you can see, if I just go back and forth, it was this. Now we've turned it into this. Next, what you're gonna want to do is open, if you want to go for the exact same style thumbnail as me, what I tend to do is I tend to put a character in. You go to layer and you go to open image as layer once again, and then I'll go to my folder with all the skins. Let's go with, for example, let's go with Bush Ranger. Know why? But once again, we go to free transform and we drag this to the size we want on the screen. Once we've done that, obviously now the thumbnail is starting to build. So once you've done that, once this Bush Ranger or whatever skin you're going to be using is in place, on the right side you see the layer, you see the Bush Ranger layer. Right click on that and click duplicate. And then you should see the layer duplicate. You've got layer 2 and then layer 2 copy. What I tend to do then is make a white version of the character. So as you can see, we've got 2. What I do is on the bottom layer, I click on that, go to adjustments, human saturation, and I turn the lightness all the way down until it's completely white. Then once that is done, I drag it to the left side of the character so it makes it look like a white shadow, giving it a bit more depth. Now that you've got that, you can add any other images you want just by going to layer, open image as a layer. Let's just chuck, for example, let's put this image here. As you can see, this was from the 14.30 update, an image I've just got on my computer. This is the Halloween shop. Just an image. This is just an example. If I was going to make a video about this is what I'd do. So you'd obviously free transform it to the size you want it to be. Make sure that the background is below all layers. Make sure it's between the pink one and whatever is above the pink. Now, what I do is on this layer, once it's highlighted in blue, as you can see, the background of the location, I go to the rubber tool, which is here, or eraser tool, whatever you want to call it, which is on the left side. And then at the top, you should see brush. This just controls, obviously it controls the size of the brush. If you go with 25, it's going to be small. If you go with 200, it's going to be even bigger. But you can go with a soft one, which won't be as harsh, or you can go with a harsh one, which is just going to completely erase everything. So what I do from here now is I erase everything on the left side of the character. So what I've just done is I've just gotten rid of the picture. If I back, you can see we've got the picture here. It looks a bit messy. I take my eraser and I just get rid of it like that. Now that that is done, similar to the Bush Ranger skin, we're going to duplicate that layer. And then the one below, we're going to go to adjustments, hue and saturation, turn the lightness all the way up to the top, and then free transform it and drag it so there's a white outline on this as well. Now that we've got the two images showing that obviously we had a new Bush Ranger style and we also had a new location on the map, what we're going to do is we're going to make the green portion of the image now. So what I need to do is hover over the pink layer, so the pink background, this one here. This should be at the bottom, and then hover over that, and then at the bottom of your layers tab, as you can see where my mouse is, it says new layer. Obviously I'll be zooming in on these things whilst we're going through, but it says new layer. Click new layer and you should get a brand new layer appearing above the pink one. So this layer is blank, there's nothing on it, it's completely transparent right now until we put something on it. So this is how I get the green on the image. So I go to the drawing tool or the shape tool, whatever you want to call it, on the left side of the screen, which is the square and the circle. Obviously I'll zoom in so you guys can see. And then I simply just drag a rectangle across the screen. As you can see, it's behind everything, but if I drag it to the top, it's gone through the whole image. But you've got that there. Then you're going to want to go to adjustments, hue and saturation, turn the lightness all the way up. So now you've got a white line. This is the base of the green part of the thumbnail. Once you're here, you want to go to edit, free transform, and then on one of the corners of the rectangle, just rotate it a bit and then enlarge it a bit so it goes through the whole image. And then as you can see, obviously this is barely very minimal from what is actually visible of the line. Obviously the full thing is there, but it's hidden by everything because it's at the bottom of the layers. So once you've got that line in place, what you're going to need to do is go back to your base layer, which is the pink, and grab the lasso tool, which is below the move tool you've been using. I'll zoom in, as you can see here, the lasso tool. Grab that, hold, and drag it around the whole of the part that you want to be green. So I want the left side to be green. So everything pink, I want to highlight. So as you can see, it followed the path of my mouse. And now everything inside this box here, as you can see, it's a box going around, is going to be turned green. And to do that, you go to adjustments, color lookup, like we did earlier for the pink, and just change it to green. Just like that. So now we've got the pink and the green. What you need to do now is you need to add some text to explain what is happening. So if you go to the very top layer, so on the right, if you go click on the very top one, and once again, go to the bottom and click new layer, you should get a brand new transparent layer. What I do from here is similar to the line we did for the green. You go to the drawing tool or the shape tool and you just draw another rectangle. Once this rectangle is on your screen, adjustments, hue and saturation, turn the lightness all the way down so you've got a white box. The reason you want to turn it white is because for some reason this program doesn't turn black into red, but once it's white, it will turn it into red. I don't know why it does that, but it's just how it works. So once you've got a white box, you want to go to adjustments, color lookup. You can choose any color box you want. You can go for pink, orange, purple, but I go for red, so we're going to go for this red here. You can go for any type of red. There's quite a few of them, but I like this one because it's nice and bright. Click OK, and you should be left with a red box. Once you've got the red box, you want to go to edit, free transform, and just place it anywhere you want on the screen. I tend to do it on an angle so it draws into the screen, into the middle here, so like that, so it's not completely flat. You can see you've got a bit of the pink and the Bush Ranger showing through. So once you've done that, similar like earlier, you want to duplicate the layer and turn the bottom one to white. Once you've got that as white, you want to free transform by going to edit, then free transform, and then dragging it to the size you want, making a white outline around the red box. And now from here, this is where we add the text. So you go to the text tool or the type tool right at the bottom of the left side taskbar. Click on the screen and you're going to want to put, for example, new POI, meaning new point of interest. As you can see, it's just on the screen. It's not very big. You can change the size to whatever you want, but this really doesn't matter because we're going to be editing that anyway. Change it to white. And then for fonts, I'll link to a website called thefont.com. This is where I download most of my fonts to use for thumbnails. So as you can see, we've got Burbank Bic. This is the closest Fortnite font I could find. So as you can see now, we've got a white Fortnite looking text. So once you've got that, you're going to want to, on the layers, right click and go to layer styles. All we're going to focus on is adding a drop shadow, which is going to, as you can see, it makes it stand out a bit more, adds a bit of 3D-ness to the text. Turn the opacity up to 100. Turn or keep the distance set to 10, and then the size set that to 10 as well. After that, we're also going to add an outer glow, which is going to leave a black outline around the whole text. We're going to, instead of doing 10 distance, we're going to change that to 5, and also the size to 5 as well. And change the color to black. As you can see now, we've got the text with the black outline, and it's very clear what it says. So obviously we need to now fit it into this red box. Obviously, if you try and free transform it now, nothing's going to happen. To change that, go over to the layer, right click, and go rasterize layer until now you've got it. It will go a bit smaller, but then you can then free transform it to whatever size you want. And then you just drag it to the size in the box. Just like that. As you can see, it says new POI. We've got the POI, we've got the skin. If you want to add a few more things related to the update, just for example, I'll add a few things. Like we had this bundle here come out with the update as well. So just to add a bit more, we're going to drag this below the purple, or not purple, we're going to drag this below the white and red box. So it's behind because just now it was over covering the text. So drag this below the white of the red box. So now it's underneath. And you can just free transform it, drag it over, maybe duplicate it and add a white box around it. As usual, you just duplicate and then you go to adjustments and then hue saturation and turn the lightness down. Just like that, you've got a thumbnail. So this tutorial might have been all over the place just because obviously we haven't got a set thing we're looking for. I've just tried to show you all the skills I use for my thumbnail, which was like erasing, duplicating, changing the colors of stuff, using the layers. So if you still need a bit of advice on what to do, let me know in the comments. If you're stuck on like how do you make the text with a black outline, for example, let me know in the comments. I will fix that for you. I'll let you guys know. This might have been a bit speedy, obviously, because when you tend to get good at stuff, you can do it a lot quicker. And I might have done it a bit quick. There is an option down below next to the captions and the quality. You can turn the speed down to 0.75 if you needed to. But yeah, these are just some base things that I've learned to make my thumbnails. To save it, then you go to File, Save. You can change the name to, I don't know, let's put it as dunno, because we just don't know. Change the quality to max, click OK, and then save it to the location where you keep all of your thumbnails. There you go. It is now saved to your computer, and you can use it wherever on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, anywhere. So yeah, that's how I make my thumbnails. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know if this was a bit quick, because this is the first tutorial I've done, which isn't like a challenge tutorial where I've had to actually sit down and do this. But yeah, I hope this has helped. This editing software is very good and it's very free. That's the best part of it. It's a very good software, as you can see. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy with my thumbnails. And yeah, that's been it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.